What up, YouTube? Moves here. Now, here is my throwback segment where I talk about the films that turns 10 and 20 this week. Holy cow, I can't believe these are 10. I remember watching these 10 years old movies literally 10 years ago, back in 2011. I literally saw these films in, like, all four movies I'm about to talk about in the 10 years one. I saw those in theaters about 10 years ago this week. So, yeah, talk about feeling old right here. Anyway, first up, one of the films turning 10 is the Oscar-nominated film The Help, which of course won a couple of Oscars. Of course, it starred Octavia Spencer, who won her first ever Oscar for this movie. The movie, of course, takes place in 1960s Mississippi, southern Mississippi, where the Southern Society girl named Skeer, played by Emma Stone, returns from college with dreams to becoming a writer, and she ends up turning into this small town and interviews the black women who have spent their lives taking care of these of pretty much these rich white families here. The Help is so good. I mean, Emma Stone is great. Viola Davis was terrific. I mean, one of the best moments, one of the funniest moments in a if I gotta do a list of funniest moments in a non-comedy, the scene where Octavia Spencer's character pretty much gives Bryce Dallas Howard's character a pie filled with doo-doo. That is probably one of the funniest moments in The Help is not a comedy, let's be for real, but that scene literally made me laugh. But anyway, of course, you had Jessica Chastain was in this, who I believe scored an Oscar nomination for this movie as well. Viola Davis scored one, and of course, Octavia Spencer won hers, so well deserved there. Directed by Tate Taylor, it is based on a book. I mean, if you guys have not seen The Help, it's such a really good feel-good movie. Really decent cast involved. Definitely go check out The Help if you guys haven't seen it. Alright, also turning 10, we got the comic 30 Minutes or Less. Now, this is directed by Ruben Fleischer, who also gave us movies like Zombieland. He gave us the first Venom movie. Now, this stars the likes of Jesse Eisenberg. You had Nick Swartzen, Danny McBride, Aziz Ansari, Michael Pena was in this. Now, this stars Jesse Eisenberg, who plays Nick, who's this pizza delivery guy who lives this boring and ordinary life here, and he ends up crossing paths with these two criminal masterminds played by Danny McBride and Nick Swartzen, who ends up kidnapping him and strapping explosives to his chest and forcing him to rob banks and all. And so, yeah, of course, Aziz Ansari is so hilarious in this. Shame he doesn't do anything anymore, but I think his scandal kind of screwed up his career. But that aside, this movie is probably one of the most underrated, underappreciated comedies in the past 10 years. It's so hilarious. The action's really fun. I mean, Nick Swartzen is really good in this too. Danny McBride is great. Definitely go check out 30 Minutes or Less if you guys haven't seen that. Alright, also turning 10, we got Final Destination 5. Of course, this ended up being the last Final Destination movie. We haven't really had another one since. Well, I'm so hoping we get another one because I love this franchise. Final Destination is definitely one of my favorite horror franchises of all time. Of course, this time around, instead of it being on a plane, instead of it being in an amusement park or a racetrack or anything like that, it's pretty much during this bus ride with a couple of colleagues, where Sam, played by Nicholas D. Agosato, who experiences the horrifying visions, and this time around it takes place on a bridge, and of course the bridge starts to crumble, and then when his vision ends, almost immediately he's obviously how Final Destination starts. Whoever survives, whoever cheats death, of course, ends up getting killed one by death. I mean, one thing I love about the Final Destination movies is it's not really a film where someone with a mask is coming around killing people. It's pretty much death that's coming for people. Of course, you had the great Tony Todd, which I cannot wait to see the new Candyman this month. I love Tony Todd, so it was cool seeing him pop up. Some of the kills in this, remember the gymnastics scene? Holy cow! That's one of my favorite kills in the Final Destination films. Of course, a bit of a spoiler for Final Destination 5 too. It also turned out to be a bit of a prequel to the original film, which I remember when I first saw that twist. I'm like, I was surprised about that twist at the end. But yeah, I'm hoping we do get another one. Like they haven't talked about we are getting another one, but with EMTs this time around. So hopefully we'll get that one sooner rather than later because I'll love to see more Final Destination films in my life. If you haven't seen the fifth one, give it a go. Or if you guys haven't seen none of them, give them a go. They are really fun films to watch. Alright, last but not least, turning 10, we got Glee, the concert, the 3D concert experience, which I thought, I was a little late to party when it came to Glee. I didn't watch it until like a little later, and I thought the show was really decent. So I decided to go ahead and check out this 3D concert experience, and I had a blast. I thought the music was great. Loads of the great, sadly, some of the Glee cast members are no longer with us, such as Corey Monty, most recent Night Rivera passed away last year. So it's really cool to watch the Glee, the 3D concert experience, in their honor and all. I thought the concert experience was also pretty cool to see Jane Lynch pop up. These Glee actors, they know how to sing perfectly, and I know they did a really decent job with this Glee with the 3D concert experience. So yeah. Alright. Also films turning 20, we got American Pie 2. Of course, the second installment of the American Pie franchise, and I single-handedly love the second one. American Pie 2, to me, is probably even better than the first American Pie movie. This has so much more funnier scenes. Like, of course, one of my favorite moments in American Pie 2 was the scene with, where Jim, Stifler, and, Finch. Yeah, was it Finch? Yeah, it was, of course, Finch, who ended up, trespassing in their lesbian neighbor's, house. And, of course, the scene between them and the two girls, there were, the two girls were like, messing with them, and, I'm not going to go into much details, but if you guys see American Pie 2, you know what scene I'm talking about. But, American Pie 2 is so hilarious. Jim trying to play an instrument was pretty fun. Stifler was once again hilarious. We ended up seeing Stifler's brother in this, which was really fun as well. American Pie 2 is such a... remember the other scene where Jim ends up pretty much gluing his... how would I say this? Gluing himself to, himself. Remember that scene? These American Pie movies, they are so raunchy, fun, and I simply handily love the second one. Alright, also turning 20, we got Osmosis Jones. Direct is, of course, from the same guys who gave us Dumb and Dumber, and There's Something About Mary. And, of course, it stars Bill Murray, and it mixes, it was partially live action and animation. And as far as the zoo worker, played by Bill Murray, who pretty much has like an unknown Molly they end up contracting from ENA that contain this Semitic saliva, and so pretty much inside his system you got this lethal virus who like forces you like a white blood cell count and this code cur pill. So of course you guys know remember the classic cartoon series Ozzy and Drax. Who remembers Ozzy and Drax? That was a pretty cool show back in the days. But anyway, of course, you had Chris Rock, who of course voiced the character of Osmosis. You had David Hyde Pierce, who voiced the character of Drax. Bill Murray was hilarious in this. I love Osmosis Jones. Pretty much, it's like, let's be real. Osmosis Jones is literally the only one who will probably be able to actually kill the coronavirus. Let's be for real on that part. But anyway, this movie is a little, like, for a family film, is pretty, like, this movie will make you, puke a little, but it's definitely a really fun one. The mix with animation and live action was always fun to watch. If you guys have never really seen Osmosis Jones, I used to watch this thing when I was young back in the days. It's a really fun one. Alright, other films turning 20, we got the Nicole Kidman Ghost movie, The Others, which was pretty cool, creepy. They are doing like a remake, so keep your eye out for that. We also got Session 19, which is like a tale of terror when this group of removal workers. Starts to work at this abandoned asylum. This is actually directed by Brad Anderson, who's directed some other stuff like The Cell. He's done some other train films over the years. It's a really decent, little horror film, so give that one a go if you guys haven't seen it. But anyway, let me leave you guys. Which of these films, stand out to you the most? The Tenny one, I'll probably go say even though I love Final Destination 5, I'll probably say The Help. That movie is probably my favorite out of that list. And the 20-year one, obviously, to me, would be American Pie 2. Anyway, drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Him signing out.